Have you ever noticed how many pill bottles are in the average American home? In the bathroom cabinet, on the bedside table, in a purse, in the car? It's a quiet but constant presence. The United States consumes more medication than any other country in the world. But this isn't just a statistic. It's a portrait of a society that has learned to manage its pain, anxiety, and fatigue with a quick fix from a bottle. In America, medication often isn't the exception. It's the routine. A headache triggers a reach for an analgesic. Trouble sleeping leads to a pill. Sadness prompts a prescription. A lack of focus is met with a stimulant. The pill has become the automatic answer, sometimes even before the question is fully understood. This relationship with medication didn't just appear out of nowhere. It has deep roots in American culture. After World War II, the pharmaceutical industry boomed hand in hand with the promise of scientific progress. Every new drug was marketed as a victory over human suffering. Over time, this promise shifted from being purely medical to deeply cultural. A key factor is that the United States is one of only 2 countries in the world that allows direct-to-consumer advertising for prescription drugs. You've seen the commercials. Smiling people, happy families, beautiful landscapes, all while a calm voice lists off a long string of serious side effects. But the core message cuts through the noise. If you're not feeling your best, there's a pill that can fix it. And millions of people believed it. Today, the US leads the world in the consumption of antidepressants, anti-anxiety, meds, opioids, and stimulants. With less than 5% of the global population, America consumes a massively disproportionate share of the world's medications. In some towns, there are more pharmacies than schools, more prescriptions written than deep, meaningful consultations, more pills than time spent understanding the root cause of the problem. The opioid crisis is the most tragic and well-known example of this reality. These powerful drugs, originally intended for severe pain, began to be prescribed for common ailments. Abadbeki, pain after a minor surgery, even emotional pain that manifested physically. For years, pharmaceutical companies marketed these drugs as safe, with a low risk of addiction. We now know that was a devastating lie. The result was a public health catastrophe. Millions of people developed a chemical dependency that was, at first, completely legal. Entire families were torn apart. Small towns were hollowed out. What started as a treatment for pain became an epidemic of addiction, one pill at a time. But opioids are just the most visible part of a much larger issue. Take antidepressants. Their use has skyrocketed over the past few decades. Normal human emotions, sadness, grief, fear, frustration are increasingly being treated as chemical imbalances that need immediate correction. Instead of questioning the frantic pace of modern life, the growing social isolation, or the immense economic pressure people are under, the solution offered is often a chemical one. The same pattern has repeated itself with children. Medication for attention deficit disorders has become a common feature in American classrooms. Instead of adapting the educational system to accommodate different ways of learning and being, we've often opted to adapt the child's brain to fit the system. Children learn from a young age that being too energetic, too sensitive, or too inquisitive is a problem that needs to be managed, often with a pill. Then there's the economic factor. The American healthcare system is notoriously expensive, unequal, and fragmented. A long, in-depth consultation with a doctor costs time and money that many people simply don't have. Therapy is often not covered by insurance and can be prohibitively expensive. Lifestyle changes, like eating better or exercising more, require support and resources that are out of reach for many. In this context, a prescription becomes the fastest, easiest, and sometimes the only available solution, and for the pharmaceutical industry, this is a perfect business model. A daily pill for a chronic condition guarantees a customer for life. These medications often don't cure the underlying issue. They manage the symptoms. They keep the patient functional, but also dependent. A customer who never stops buying. This creates a silent, repeating cycle. The body sends a signal: pain, anxiety, sleeplessness. The mind suffers. The healthcare system responds with a prescription. The root cause of the problem goes unaddressed. The consumption of pills increases. The dependency becomes normalized. It's not uncommon in the US for a single person to be on a cocktail of several different medications. One to treat a symptom, another to counteract the side effects of the first one, and so on. It's a chemical cascade that is rarely questioned. Now, this isn't to say that medications are bad. They are not. They save lives every single day. The problem isn't the existence of these drugs, but how they become the default answer for almost everything. It's the lack of accessible alternatives. It's the transformation of human suffering into a marketable product. The average American isn't weak. They are living within a system that demands constant productivity, relentless efficiency, and offers very little room for human vulnerability. When the body and mind can't keep up with this relentless pace, the solution offered isn't to slow down, to rest, or to heal. It's to medicate to keep the machine running. The overprescription crisis in the United States isn't just a medical issue. It's a cultural, economic, and social one. It asks the reflection of a country that seems to prefer silencing pain rather than listening to what that pain is trying to tell us. And so, as the pill bottles continue to pile up in our homes, a fundamental question remains unanswered. How many of these pills are actually treating a disease, and how many are just keeping this system afloat? Perhaps America's greatest addiction isn't to any one specific drug, but to the belief that any problem, any discomfort, any part of the human experience can be solved with a pill. Thanks for watching. If this video made you think, please consider subscribing for more content like this.